Hello everyone, in this video I'll be solving Cambridge A-Level Information Technology Paper 4 Advanced Practical for February-March 2025. I'll be doing the graphics task now, which is task 2. Task 1 is already done and uploaded. You can find the link in the description. So this is task 2. Create a jigsaw piece template as shown here. This is the template. The piece must be based on an 80 mm square. I'll be using Adobe Illustrator for this task. Open Adobe Illustrator, new file. Since this is a 80 millimeter square, let's set the measurements to millimeters. You can give 100 and 100 as the width and height. Create. So this is a 80 millimeter square and you can see the pieces here. The dimensions are shown. Let's show the ruler here. Go to view, rulers, show rulers. So we can get a guide for the image. Now create a square which is 80 millimeter width and 80 millimeter height. The color is a bright yellow. Give OK. The stroke, you can make it 0.5. Now you need to cut a piece from here. So let's use a ellipse which is of height 20 millimeter and width 12 millimeter. Width is 12 and height is 20. Give OK. I'll use a rectangle. Now go to Pathfinder and use minus so that we get the piece this way, and its height is 20. Let's set the width to 12 again. Keep another copy of it. So here it has to be placed at this line. Let's draw a line here. Now you can place it this way. I'll keep a copy of the one which I resized now. Now you can remove this. Select both images. Use minus. So we got here in this way. Now let's Now select both the images and unite. So we got a piece of the jigsaw puzzle this way. Save the piece as .svg file named jig template. So let's export this. Export as. Make sure it is SVG inside your folder, followed by your center number and candidate number. Export. Next, fit 4 copies of the jig template image as shown. Save the image as a .png file. Let's open a new file. We can copy this. Make another copy. I'll rotate it. Another copy and rotate it. If you press shift and rotate, it will rotate by 45 degrees. So make sure it fits properly by arranging it. Now save the image as .png and it should be saved as 4 pieces. So let's export this. 4 pieces followed by your center number and candidate number, and make sure it is saved as PNG. So PNG, export. Next, open tire.png in a graphics application software. Use your jig template image to cut the tire.png into 4 pieces. So this is the jig template image which we have made. So let's open tire.png. So open a new file. Create. I'll drag the tag.png image here. Now we have to use the jig template image to cut it into 4 pieces. Save each piece as .png file named as tag piece 1 to tag piece 4. We'll drag the jig template here. I'll paste over this. So place it in this way. Select both the images. Right click. Make clipping mask. So we can use the clipping mask property to get the pieces. So this is the first piece. Let's export it. Export as tab piece 1 and it should be PNG. Now for the next piece, I'll copy this again and paste it here. Let's rotate this. Same way, select both the images and then right click, make clipping mask. Export as cat piece to and PNG file. Now I have rotated this way. Select both of them. Make clipping mask. Export as cat piece 3. Export. Same way again do clipping mask. So the last piece we got. Now let's export. Export as cat piece 4. So now all the 4 pieces are ready. Fit the 4 pieces together and save the complete image as a .png file named 4 PNGs followed by your sender number and candidate name. I'll remove all this. Now let's drag one by one. Typepiece.png 1. This is the first one. Second one. Next one. Third one. And the last one. So this is the final image. Let's export this file. Export as 4 PNGs followed by a sender number, candidate name. And it should be a PNG file. Export. So this is the end of the graphics task. Next is the animation. This will be done in another video. Thank you for now.